What's up, guys? It's time for the Marmotte review. I've had it 2 months now, basically 2 months to the day, and I say it's time to go over some things with it, tell you what I think, what I found wrong, whether I like it or not, and whether I would buy it again. Now this video is going to be kind of long because I got several things I want to go over. I want to go over the Marmotte, I want to go over some ESCs and some VTXs and things like that. And basically, I got it all broken down for you here. I've had it basically 2 months. That's about 60 days. And if you go conservative and say 10 of those days I didn't fly, it's 50 days. And I usually run 4 packs a day through it, sometimes 8. So let's go conservative and say 4 packs a day. That's 200 flats. Now, if you say I've had it 50 days and I usually crash about 4 times a day, sometimes 5, maybe 6, and 4 is conservative. That's 200 crashes. So I've flown it 200 times and I've got 200 crashes on it, which is saying a lot because a good bit of those crashes was extremely hard. I've crashed it into the concrete out there on the road many times, into trees. Most quads would have done broke a long time ago. Matter of fact, I've had like 12 quads since I started. Most quads don't last over a month or 2, and I break them. And the Marmotte ain't gonna be no different. It will break. I mean, any quad will break. I don't care what it is, unless it's made out of 8mm thick carbon fiber, and then even then it would probably break eventually. Now, this is it. It's still together. It ain't really broke, but it's starting to, which is no problem. That was the whole point of me getting this thing, was because of the warranty. So when it does break, I can just get another one. Like I said, most quads I would have done broke already, because I've actually gotten better at my flying since I've got this thing, because I crash it more, because I knew I had the warranty on it. I can go out and give it hell and ain't got to worry about it. And if I do break it, I can just replace it. So that makes you fly better, because as long as you're scared and holding back, it's hard to get better, because you got to take risks and you gotta go all out when you fly. Sorry guys, my camera died. I had to swap cameras there. Okay, I got the Runcam out now. So like I was saying, I had to glue that right there because I crashed into the road several times pretty hard, and it delaminated the thing. I just put some glue on it, squeezed it back down. It's been good as new. Now I got another problem with it. I don't know if you can tell or not. It's that arm right there. It's bent upward a little bit, and if you look how close my blade is to my ESC there, you can tell there's a difference from side to side. This one's curved upward just a little bit, and what's happened is, right there where the 2 screws are, it hadn't cracked yet, but it's delaminating right there. In here is delaminating right across there. So when the screws are tight, it pulls it up a little bit. So that will eventually break right there. I already know. That's okay. And somewhere along the way I crashed it, and right here it's delaminating. You can't see it. It's not cracked or anything, but if you look right in the edge, right in this edge right here, when you flex it, it's cracked. It separates. All right. None of these arms flex really, except for this one, and if you can see. Hard to turn. But it will flex. You can't hardly tell it, but it will flex. So that's got to be. I mean, right now it's still flying great. I don't think it'll probably fly for a good while. It'll probably take just the right crash to break it. But I can replace it. That's the whole point. Okay. Now I want to go over some ESCs and stuff. Okay. The only problems that I've had so far on this Marmotte that I've had to replace things is, well, let's start with the ESCs. When I first got it, I put these 70 amp ESCs on there, and they're 80 amp burst with 70 amp normal. I love these ESCs. I'll never buy another ESC except this. When I first got it though, I put those on there and I was having problems, and I thought the ESCs was cutting out, but it was really my flight controller wasn't soft mounted, and that was my problem. So in the meantime, I didn't know what it was, so I had some brand new 30 amp ESCs, which were 35 amp. These are 35 amp, I forget the name of them, but they're really good name brand ESCs. I put all 4 of them on this quad, and I started flying it. And naturally, they don't hold up. No ESC hardly holds up. When you crash a quad into the ground at full throttle and it jams the motor in like that and just instantly locks that motor up, it pretty much fries an ESC every time. At least the smaller ones, like this, it will. I've replaced all 3 of these now with these big ones, put them back on here over the 2 months that I've had it. You can see this, a big ESC here, big ESC here, and another big one right here. The only little one I got left is on this arm right here. It's a little bitty one. And it's just a matter of time before I smoke it and have to put this one on there. So, but I haven't had one of these to smoke at all. I mean, these ESCs here are phenomenal. They can take the punishment. And you know it when you pick one up. It is heavy. It's worth it though. They cost a little more. I mean, I forget what I paid for these, but they was not cheap. Probably a quarter to a third more than these cost per set. So, this is premium stuff here, but man, is it worth it. Okay. I really don't think it'll take the right crash to smoke one of these, and I don't think a crash will do it. I think it'll have to be damaged in some way where I hit a tree and squishes it, or I don't know. I've crash it into the ground maybe and stick a motor in the ground and forget to disarm or something, and it sits there trying to run and it can't. Maybe that would smoke it. I don't know, but so far I ain't had no trouble with it. Now, I did have problems with my flight controller and my PDB about 2 or 3 weeks ago. It wasn't a big deal though, because the PDB is only $10 and this is only like $25. So $35 is all I had to spend to replace these. And this stuff is cheap, compared to the ESCs and motors and stuff like that. I got premium components where I needed it and not where I didn't. Because to me, pretty much any F3 flight controller flies just as good as a F4. As long as you got good stuff on it and you're halfway decent pilot. So, but what happened was I hit a tree really hard, and I don't have much room. It's hard to say, but I don't have much room in here, and it squished this down. I mean, I nailed that tree hard, and somehow or another it did something to the power distribution board, and when it did that, it fried the flight controller. So I replaced those, and I ain't had no more trouble. And like I say, I've run all them ESCs so far, and when the last one goes, I'll put this one back on there, and I don't think I'll have any more trouble. These are the bomb. Now, let's go to VTXs. I normally run a VTX02. That's what I got on here right now. A VTX02 or a VTX03. They're basically the same transmitter. One of them is just changeable from 25 milliwatts all the way up to 200, and the other one is just a standard 200 milliwatt transmitter. Since the first of this year, all those VTXs I have replaced. I've burnt that many up since the first of this year, since January. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and this one right here is going out, which is 6. And at $7.50 a pop, that's what I pay for them on Banggood. That adds up. And I even put this one on there. Chris gave me this one. It was a TS 828 or something like that. I don't know, I got my glasses on, but 828 or 858, I don't know. But anyway, 600 milliwatt transmitter. It lasted 1 week and it burned out. Or I guess it burned out. It don't get hot anymore. It don't do anything. Can't get no video out of it. So, and I need a transmitter, a good one. I need more than 200 milliwatts for penetrating power on the trees. And I don't know what to get. That's the problem. I've done, y'all know me, before I buy anything, I do a hell of a lot of research. And so I've been doing research. And
The only two most VTXs don't put out what they're supposed to put out. They say they put out 600, 700, 800 milliwatts, but when somebody hooks a thing to them and checks it, they don't put out but 200 or 300 milliwatts, even at the highest power settings. There's only a couple of them out there that consistently put out good power, and that's the let's see here. That's the Tramp HV and the TBS Unify Pro. And I watched a video from Sid Hendro. Y'all probably know him. And he's got like 20 TBS Unify Pros that's burned up on him. 20 now in the past few months. That's a lot. Them things cost between $40 and $50. I can't give that much money. If I give that much money for a VTX, that sucker needs to last a couple of years. And I know it won't do it because anything gets hot, it's going to eventually burn up. That's what's happening to these. They're getting hot and burning up. You know, they're good for 2 to 4 weeks, and then they burn up. And I want more than 200 milliwatts though. So I don't know what to get because I don't want to get robbed, and I want to get a good one, but I don't want it to burn out on me. I'm thinking the Tramp HV is going to be the one to go with. It consistently puts out around 600 milliwatts, and it's got heat protection on it, so if it gets too hot, it starts dropping the power outputs so it can cool back down. And so I've heard good things about that one. I have seen a few bad videos on it, but not near as much as the Unify Pro. So my problem is I ain't got much room here. Anything much bigger than that right there, I can't fit in here. It just won't go. Now I've looked at the specs on the Tramp HV. I believe it'll go. It's about 30 bucks. I'm thinking about trying one of them. If any of y'all guys know something that's going to put out consistent 600 to 800 milliwatts and know that it puts that much out, and you've had it for a while and it didn't burn up, let me know what it is so I can look it up and get a price on it, because I really need something. What else I want to talk about? These batteries. This is what I've been flying here recently. These 4 batteries right here. I bought 4 of these, but I put 2 of them up and saving them. And these are the 2 that I bought here a while back. Paid so much money for. The 260 amp or whatever it is, I forget. Batteries, and both of them I've crashed and had to replace. I had to replace a cell on this one, and I had to replace a cell in this one, and I had to tape them all back up. They still work okay, but to me these are just as good, if not better. I actually think I like these batteries better. They fit on my drone better, especially this format drone. I put them like that or like that. They just fit perfect on there, even with my camera up here, my run camera that sticks out the front. So if I run it down to 14.5 volts, I can get 3 minutes of me flying hard on this drone easy. But I don't usually fly 3 minutes, I fly 2 minutes. So even with my 2 minutes, I come in and it's storage voltage just like with these. And I have very, very little sag with these batteries. Hardly any, really. I mean, the only way you're going to get any sag out of these batteries is if you nail it full throttle and you hold it for more than, say, 8-10 seconds. Then it'll start sagging. But hell, who does that? I mean, even these batteries will do that, you know. And they ain't puffed, and I've put many cycles to them now. Charged them many times. They charge up good. I don't know what else to say, guys. I wished I had the money. I don't know if they're still on sale or not, but they probably are. I looked a few days ago and they still was. I would load up on these things because, hell, at $10 a pop, this is a hell of a deal on some batteries, guys. The way these things fly, I'm not kidding. These batteries are phenomenal. These motors, y'all remember, are Hawksky 2207 2600 kV motors. These motors are badass, especially for the money I paid for them. I think it was $40 or I think it was $45, a little over $10 a motor for premium motors. Now they was on sale. I don't know if they got any more. They was from OX FPV. I ordered 2 sets of them. Once I got them in and seen how good they were, I ordered another set. Now I have been a bail on one of them and replaced it, so it wasn't no big deal because I had a little bit of vibration. but I hit something real hard to bend that bell. I mean, it wasn't no easy crash. The rest of them's been fine. I ain't had no more trouble since. Them is really powerful, really good motors. When you can find them on sale like that, they're cheap. Any other place you find them though besides OX FPV, they're really expensive. Now, would I buy this frame again? Hell yeah, in a heartbeat. I love this frame. This flies like nothing else I've had. And like I say, I've had 12 quads since I've started flying. Nothing flies like this. Not nothing. I mean, I just don't know how to explain it. When you fly this, you can tell you're flying a premium drone. You just can. It's kind of like the XJB-145. That sucker flies like, I mean, mine's tore up right now. I only got 2 quads right now that fly. I just can't afford to fix them all. So I like this one so much, I'm going to keep it going no matter what. And then I got a cheap backup to fly. But this is my main quad for the rest of my days, I believe. I don't see any point in trying to upgrade to nothing else better. The only thing I wish this had that it don't have is just a tiny bit more room back here for your VTX. Other than that, this quad is perfect. I mean, this is the perfect quad. Now, it may not be the most durable thing in the world, but who gives a shit when you got a lifetime warranty frame? This front cage holds up like nothing I've ever seen. And as you can see, what I've done here, I did have a Runcam 2 in it, but I cracked the lens the other day. I hit something really hard, and it's not supposed to take a Runcam 2. It's too big. It's supposed to take a mini camera. But what I've done is put a micro camera in it now. What this is the case off of that Runcam 2. I just took the guts out of it, and I put a arrow. There's an arrow in there, and I just hot glued it in that case, and it works perfect. So, you know, I don't know what else to say, guys. Let me see, what else was I going to talk about? I know this has been a long video, trying to go over everything. Like I say, this is 2 months I've had this thing. I know I've put about 200 flights on it with it, and I know at least 200 crashes, if not a lot more. And I've spent very little to keep this thing going. Most any other quad, I would have, just every other day I'd have been replacing something on it the way I've been crashing this thing. This thing is just built really well to keep your components in good shape. Only problem I'm having, like I say right now, is the damn VTXs. So like I say, guys, hell yeah, I'd buy it again in a heartbeat. I'm going to get another one when this one breaks. And unless this one breaks completely in half, I've seen a lot of people fix these just by where it delaminates, put some super glue in the middle, and then clamp it back down just like I did on the end there, and it, you know. So, alright guys, I guess that's all I got. I hope you guys have been enjoying my videos here lately. I know some of them have been weird. I've been trying all kind of different things, trying to be different. I'm running out of ideas though. If any of y'all got some ideas, I'll be willing to see if I could make them work. I don't know. I know I'm looking off, guys. This is hooked to my TV now. You can see the camera's hooked to the TV because I'm having to use the Runcam. My other camera quit on me a while ago. I don't know what happened. So that's it, guys. Y'all have a great day.